Something that is seeking you. I keep hearing the phrase, what you are seeking is seeking you. So today we're going to look at something that is moving towards you or something that you are working on manifesting and how to best align to that path or that specific thing on your mind or that person on your mind. Okay. Within 2 moons, 2 months. And the card says, a significant phase of growth or transition will reach its peak. Be patient but consistent in your efforts. So you are about to reach a point in your journey or whatever it is you are working on where you see something significant coming from it. So this could be you receiving an offer, an opportunity, maybe something takes off that you've been working on. You're going to notice significant growth, okay? So this isn't just growth happening in the background like we've seen in some other readings. Now we're getting to the stage with you where you are seeing and noticing actual growth. Some of you could be gardening right now too, or you could have a garden or a greenhouse. Maybe you grow flowers or you grow plants. That could be an extra synchronicity for some, but plants are symbolic to growth and nurturing something, okay? So what you are seeking is seeking you, and this card aligns strongly to that very phrase I keep hearing. Something is about to reach its peak. Be patient but consistent in your efforts. And we've talked a lot about consistency. Where you put your focus, energy flows. So whatever you focus on, something is going to manifest in relation to what you are focusing on, because that's where the energy is flowing. You're going to see something very, very clearly very soon within the next 2 months from you seeing this video. Okay? And use your discernment. This is a general reading. Pay attention to how your intuition feels with the cards in the reading. That's how you'll know if this is for you, okay? And we also had before the next full moon. And the card itself says emotions and situations are building to a peak. So here we have, again, something about energy reaching a peak point where something reveals itself or brings clarity to you. Complete crucial talks and intentions before their climax. So I feel like this is telling you right now that if you have any loose ends, tie up those loose ends, complete your projects, work on your projects, don't leave anything uncompleted. If you are focused on a relationship, a lover, a friendship, something like this, a community, pay close attention to your communication within these relationships. If there's anything that needs to be cleared up, if there's anything that needs to be addressed, don't avoid that. You may not see this reading when I'm recording it right now, though, which will be in the full moon in Aquarius. So if you're seeing this now, this will be relevant to you before the next full moon, whenever that may be. So I'm seeing that there's an importance on clarity, clearing things up, finishing projects, tying up loose ends before a climax. So I'm seeing something reaching its peak point. You are going to see some sort of result or communication, something like this coming towards you, okay? I'm just going to get some extra synchronicity cards before we jump into the tarot. There will be an extended on this reading, by the way, for those who are new here. We have air sign, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So you could be an air sign, or somebody in your energy could be an air sign. You could also be very focused on the intellect, on ambition, on strategy at this time. So that could be an extra synchronicity for some of you. I'm also seeing the symbolism of that Stonehenge again. Thank you to the commentators who commented on that video, reminding me of what that was. But we're seeing that here again, so I feel like there's something very significant to do with the moon or moon rituals or some kind of sacred space. You may have a sacred space or something like this, somewhere that you go, could be very significant. We got they'll be back, expect to hear from them soon. So if you're waiting on communication or an offer or something like that, I see that could be coming in for you, or you are going to be aligning to this. It could possibly be coming from an air sign, or you could be the air sign that will receive this message. We've got confession. Someone has to tell you something. They'll be back. If you've been out of communication with anyone and you've been curious about them, or someone did not explain themselves, or you're wondering how somebody feels, I feel like this could potentially be something that is coming in for you. If not, this could just be an offer that you are waiting on, or some type of news that you are waiting on, but it's going to feel like a confession. So somebody is going to bring this to you. It could be someone who has hidden feelings, or wants to surprise you. I also hear that someone may want to surprise you. This doesn't have to be romantic, but it can be. Use your discernment. I try to keep the relationships in my readings neutral, so that you can determine who this energy is relating to in your current life, in your current energy, okay? So if I read this as love and automatically go to love, then that will exclude the other half of you in this collective, where this message may actually be very important for you to hear, but I would be labeling it as a love reading. So that's kind of why I'm starting to avoid doing that. If I really feel strongly like it's a love relationship, I will say this. Hearts don't automatically mean romantic relationships, but they can. I strongly associate the hearts with romance. You could even be receiving like some sort of old-fashioned letter or something in the mail, unexpectedly, surprisingly. And we also had cycles, and cycles has been a theme in the last month of readings. Now this is timeless, so it doesn't have to relate, but if you have been following along the readings, then this will resonate with you currently right now. And it will most likely stem from the past readings that we have done, okay? And this says fate, karma, something ending, something beginning. So this is very similar to the Wheel of Fortune card. So I feel like you are moving something in sort of direction. So you are in this manifestation energy. You're manifesting something. But I feel like for the longest while, it hasn't really shown itself to you in tangible reality. It's been something that's been happening in the background, and you've been working on this. You're going to see something from this now, some sort of result, no matter how small it may seem. It's going to be something that is very significant to this cycle that you are currently moving through. What you are seeking is seeking you. So what you focus your energy on is what you are going to bring towards you. It is what is going to manifest for you in some form, okay? I'm just going to get one more of these, and then we're going to move on to the tarot. Communicate again. So there is a very strong theme of communication here. Communicate, forgive, work it out. So if there's anything that you need to communicate or talk about and you're avoiding it, I'm seeing that it's going to be very important to do this. If there's anyone that you want to speak to, this could be spirit encouraging you to reach out to that person or to reach out to these people, to communicate, to allow that energy to flow by reaching out first. All right, sometimes you should be the initiator. Maybe you're just curious. Maybe you have something that you need to overcome, like a fear of rejection or fear of vulnerability, something like this. And the thing is, regardless of the outcome, when you allow the gates to open and you allow that energy to flow, regardless of the outcome, when you're not hanging on to the outcome, you allow this energy and this blockage to open up, allowing other energies to come towards you, opportunities to come towards you, and any possible outcome. It's usually fear that holds us back from communicating or reaching out first. But this could also potentially be someone coming towards you, wanting to communicate with you. There's a strong emphasis on communication, okay? Because we have the they'll be back card here, I am seeing that someone could potentially reach out and they could be an air sign. So we're going to put this aside for now. And we're going to get into the tarot. We're going to be doing a Celtic cross. We're going to see the situation. And then we're going to go into the extended. Oh, I also had commitment on the bottom. I just want to mention that because I looked at it. And it said things are getting serious. So something could be getting more serious in the next little while. Maybe within the next 2 moons. So we're going to be focusing on how to align with this current path or what you are currently seeking, how to align with it in a way that you draw this energy towards you while you are moving towards it. We've got the World, and we did see cycles here earlier, and that was related to the Wheel of Karma or the Wheel of Fortune. We also got the World here. So I feel like this has to do with cycles. A cycle could be, just be careful. I'm seeing a warning here just because we've seen they'll be back. So if you don't want someone returning from your past, this could be a warning to some of you that someone from your past may be returning. Whether that's wanted or unwanted is completely up to you, but that could potentially be something that is coming back in. Some of this past karma or past energy may be returning to see how you deal with it, to see what your intention will be, or to see if you have passed any lessons or you have learned from past lessons or anything like this. So that's just something I'm seeing right away here. But there's also a strong focus on cycles. So you could be starting into a brand new cycle. Something may have ended recently. We're going to explore that further, but we're just going to get a few more cards. Let's see what the blockage is to this cycle, whatever this cycle may be for you. I'm seeing this cycle is bringing something in towards you, though, because we do have 2 cards that talk about emotions and situations reaching a peak and a phase of growth. Okay, I'm going to take that one. It didn't completely fall out, but we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is the consistency knight. In all of the 4 knights, he is the strongest knight. He is the most stable, the most consistent knight, but he is also the slowest moving knight. And the importance here is not on the speed, but the consistency. And there is a theme of consistency here, and it was seen in one of these oracle cards. I believe it was in this one. Yes, be patient but consistent in your efforts. So I feel like what you are doing right now with consistency is the most important key to aligning to this path. And that's why I keep hearing in my mind, where you put your focus is where the energy is flowing. What you are seeking is seeking you. The Knight of Pentacles is a blockage, though, so you could potentially have somebody around you or somebody in your life, or you may even be waiting on someone to come towards you with some sort of news or something like this. And they're very, very slow, or they're just not coming towards you at all. So I am picking up on, this is just coming through for me, but I am picking up on some impatience. That's probably why we're also seeing patience here as a theme. So stay consistent. Don't worry about the end result, because there's movement. There's movement for you, and you're going to see something tangible very soon. What is not seen? What is not seen in this situation? What is not seen in this situation? Also, in the extended, we're going to go a little bit deeper into somebody in your energy. I usually do it in this reading, but because I'm focusing on a very specific theme here, I'm going to leave that for the extended this time, okay? We've also got the Page of Pentacles here, so there's a lot of pentacles coming out in this reading. So right away, I'm thinking about stability, safety, financial abundance, abundance in general. Okay, so that could be a theme for you currently in your life. That could be something you are focusing on. This is in reverse, though, so I feel like something, what you're not seeing is that there is an opportunity or an offer that is currently on pause. And we're going to dig into that and see why that is. It could be a specific thing that you are waiting on, but it could come in very differently than what you are actually expecting or wanting it to. So I almost feel like there's this need to open up space in your mind and within your heart for opportunities and even people and potential partners to come towards you that may not be the exact person or the exact thing that you are really hyper-focused on right now. So you know, sometimes opportunities flow towards us to open up the gateway to go further towards the manifestation we are working on. All right, so sometimes the path to get there can look very different than what we are expecting. So let's keep going. Let's have a little look in the past. In the past, we've got the Chariot. So this is head and heart in alignment, moving towards something. So you have felt very aligned in the near past. Something, you had a moment of like realization or clarity, and you went towards that full speed. You're also showing up as a very mythical creature, someone who is very magical, very creative, someone who could be a little elusive, someone who can be quite guarded, observant. You may have a very vibrant imagination. You could have very strong spiritual gifts. So these are also extra synchronicities. A white horse may also be an extra synchronicity. Got the Six of Wands. You've had this moment, or something has happened recently that has made you feel very on top of the world, very confident. This is the ego feeling very refined, right? This is the ego doing what it does best, helping you to achieve what it is you are trying to achieve when the ego is in alignment and when the ego is healthy. There are different ways to approach the ego. Some people say we should completely overcome the ego and not live through the ego. I agree with this. I think in the 3D world, in our tangible reality, the ego can be very helpful to get results for us, to push us forward, to provide us insights into what actions we should take, to create this desire and motivational energy within us to get things done or to do what we have to do on the path that we are aligning to. Okay, so you could be a very spiritual person, but using the ego like a tool can help move you along this path, okay? You know, a fully integrated human, they say, is often the human that integrates the spiritual and the material, right? It's not necessarily the neglect of the ego or or denying the ego. It's about how you use the ego, how you recognize it. Are you aware of it? Does it rule you? Does it make you insecure? These are the things you need to ask yourself about the ego. But, you can create an alter ego. You can take, passion also comes from ego, desire. And sometimes that can really push you forward. It can get you through something difficult, right? I feel like someone needed to hear that. The ego isn't evil, but the ego can also hold the shadow really strongly, and the shadow can live through the ego really, really easily. So that's what you have to be careful of. That's why a fully integrated human being will integrate the shadow and the ego, right? I feel like I went a little off course there, but I feel like someone may have needed to hear that specific message about the ego. Maybe some sort of theme around shame or something like this that I'm picking up on here. I'm going to look at the near future. What's coming in the near future? We're also going to look at how to unblock this energy, this Knight of Pentacles here. We got the Hierophant. So I feel like there's this integration of your nature, of aspects of your nature. This has been coming out quite a lot as well. So I feel like there are different aspects of you that you are exploring and that you are using. Almost like what I'm saying about the ego, using different aspects of yourself, almost like a tool. I feel like this is something you are becoming almost a master at doing. You're becoming a master shapeshifter almost. And this is growing certain skills within you, certain aspects within you that you are becoming very good at. You are learning how to be less rigid in an identity, be more malleable in how you approach certain situations. But I hope it's making sense to somebody. All right, so this reading is starting to get up there. So we're going to jump into the extended now. If this is where we part, thank you so much for being here. If this resonated with you, subscribe, join us here, join your energy here with ours. We have a really amazing collective here. All right, so take good care of yourself. We are going to jump into the extended now. Bye for now.